Welcome back! In previous episodes, we went through the basics on how to get started with the wider camera, how to connect the cables, how to install engines and licenses on your device. From there, I will present you the best and most common physical installations with all the necessary informations and all the technical details which you should need to know. So, let's begin. We have three types of installations. One is an overhead, one is a transversal, and one is a lateral. Each installation have different use cases, different applications, but when to use them is the real question. To install a camera directly above the lane in an overhead installation, this example will show you how to do it. Let's start with the overhead installation. This is our main recommendation when you install the camera at any highway or traffic monitoring scenario. It is most commonly used in highway and traffic monitoring applications, where the cameras can be mounted in a gantry above the monitored lane. For the optimal setup, we recommend to place the camera at a 6 meter height and tilt down vertically about 25 to 30 degrees. This should result in a 15 meter distance between the camera and the road surface, where the license plate will appear and will be captured. Of course, every installation is different and limited, but a general range could be offered using this overhead installation if you cannot meet the optimal setup recommendations. As a general rule, we advise to install the camera in an overhead installation between the height of 4 to 9 meters, while the camera's vertical tilt angle is between 20 to 40 degrees. This will help to achieve a high overall performance in detection and recognition rates as well. This installation method is the most reliable one with really low faulty detections and recognitions. Next, I will cover the transversal installation. This is very similar to the overhead installation. The only difference is that in this case, the camera is mounted on a pole near the road, and not directly above the monitored lane. Like in the overhead installation, at the transversal, the camera is placed optimally at a height of 6 meters, and the vertical tilt angle is around 25 to 30 degrees. But in this case, the camera needs a horizontal tilting as well, and for that, we optimally recommend an angle of 12 to 15 degrees. Of course, there are different poles, different scenarios, but for that, we have a recommended range as well if you cannot meet the optimal numbers. The range is close to the overhead's numbers, so in case of the height, at the transversal installation, we recommend to place it between 4 to 8 meters, while the vertical tilt angle stays between 20 to 40 degrees. The horizontal tilt angle's range needs to be lower than 20 degrees, somewhere between 10 to 20 degrees. This will offer the best possible rates in detection and recognition accuracy without the distortion of the plates or completely missed vehicles. And last, the lateral installation. It is most commonly used in parking or any access control scenario where the vehicles can be monitored closely with low speeds. For example, when a vehicle stops in front of a barrier. The installation is highly similar to the transversal application. However, the difference is that in the lateral position, the camera is mounted in low heights. For the optimal setup, we recommend to install the camera at least 1 meter above the vehicle's headlight, at the height of 1.5 to 2 meters, using a vertical tilt angle of 20%, while keeping the horizontal pan angle at no more than 15%. Of course, if you cannot meet the optimal recommendation, we can offer a range for this type of installation. The height range, where the camera can be placed, is between 1 to 4 meters, having a vertical tilt angle between 15 to 25 degrees and the horizontal pan angle between 5 to 20 degrees. If the installation is happening between the given range, the camera will be able to capture vehicles with no distracting headlight or environmental factors, and also the license plate will be the most visible for ANPR purpose. Given all the installation parameters, now we can choose the proper setup for the most fitting applications. But in order to physically install the cameras at a given project, we always recommend to consult and use an installer specialist who can use proper tools and devices for the most perfect installation. And after the physical installation, we need to set up the image and image making processes, so in the next episodes I will show you how to set up the optics and also how to set up the image generation process, aka the triggering. So stay tuned and see you next time.